ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యా రంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Right. Good morning, students. Today we are discuss about most important objective bits in carbonyl compounds. Right. Now, first bit is the IUPAC name of alpha methyl valeraldehyde. IUPAC name of alpha methyl valeraldehyde. Alpha methyl valeraldehyde. What is the IUPAC name of alpha methyl valeraldehyde? Yes, valeraldehyde means 5 carbons containing aldehyde. So 5 carbons containing aldehyde, carbon, 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 4 and 5. This is 5 carbons aldehyde. With respect to this functional group, adjacent carbon is alpha carbon. At alpha carbon, methyl group is present. This is CH3 methyl group. Now, what is the IUPAC name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the longest chain. Now, IUPAC name of the compound is equal to substitution, root word, primary suffix and secondary suffix. IUPAC name of the compound is equal to substitution, word root, primary suffix, secondary suffix. Yes, substitution is methyl group at second position. Therefore, it is 2-methyl plus word root is 5 carbons in the longest chain. So, therefore, pent. Primary suffix is between carbon single bond only. So, A. And the secondary suffix is aldehyde. Aldehyde secondary suffix is al. Al, al. Okay. So, then you have to write the total name of the compound. Addition of all these, we can remove E. Removal of E. Okay. So, now the name is 2-methyl pentanol. 2-methyl pentanol. This is the IUPAC name of the compound. Always you have to follow the IUPAC name of the unknown compound is first substitution, that is 2-methyl. Word root is pent, 5 carbons in the longest chain, and primary suffix is, it indicates nature of the carbon-carbon bond, A, so primary suffix. Here secondary suffix indicates functional group, that is aldehyde. Aldehyde functional group is al. So the total name of the compound is 2-methyl pentanol. Okay, it is the IUPAC name of the compound. Yes, then go for, and one more is alpha dichloro diethyl ketone. Alpha dichloro diethyl ketone. IUPAC name of the compound alpha dichloro diethyl ketone. Okay, alpha dichloro diethyl ketone. Its IUPAC name. Carbon and C double bond O, carbon. This is diethyl, 2 carbons, ethyl group, 2 carbons, ethyl group, diethyl ketone. alpha position. With respect to this functional group, it is alpha carbon, and this one is also alpha carbon. Alpha, alpha. At alpha carbons, chlorines are present. This is chlorine, here it is chlorine. Okay, and remaining is here carbon valency 4, therefore you have to write hydrogen. Here carbon valency is 1, remaining hydrogens 3, here hydrogen, here CH3. Okay, this is the alpha dichloro diethyl ketone. Now its IUPAC name is equal to substitution and root word or word root, primary suffix and secondary suffix. Okay, now this is the longest chain. In this longest chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. This is substitution. Here chlorine substitution. So substitutions are present at second position and fourth position. Therefore 2, 4 dichloro plus 2, 4 dichloro. And word root is 5 carbons. So 5 carbons word root pent. Okay, substitution over and root word over. Then go for primary suffix. Primary suffix indicates nature of the carbon. Here carbon single bond nature, single bond, single bond, single bond. So therefore here primary suffix is -ane. And secondary suffix is ketone, C double bond O group. Secondary suffix indicates functional group. So here functional group is ketone, therefore here it is O1, O-N-E1. Now addition of all these, we can remove E. Then the name, IUPAC name of the compound is 2, 4 dichloro. At third position, one is present. So therefore, pentan 3-1, or it is also called as 2, 4 dichloro 3-pentanone. This is the IUPAC name of the compound. 2,4 dichloro 3-pentanone. It is the IUPAC name. Common name is alpha dichloro diethyl ketone. Alpha dichloro diethyl ketone, IUPAC name is 2, 4 dichloro 3-pentanone. Yes. Then go for next one is two moles of CH3COCH3. 2 moles of CH3COCH3 on treatment with barium hydroxide, BaOH taken twice, barium hydroxide, and heating. Here Z compound is obtained. What is Z in that reaction? Okay, what is Z in this reaction? Now here alpha hydrogens containing ketone undergoes aldol condensation in the presence of base. So therefore here product is CH3 C double bond O CH3, 1 mole of ketone, and second mole of ketone is CH3 C double bond O CH3 ketone. What happened here? Alpha hydrogens and oxygen. Removal of alpha hydrogens and oxygen Here dehydration takes place, removal of water, and final product is CH3, here CH3, double bond CHCO, CH3. This is the product obtained in this reaction. Okay, it is also written like this, or CH3 taken twice C and CHCO, CH3. Okay, both are same. Option given like this. So therefore, here 2 moles of acetone in the presence of barium hydroxide, dehydration takes place to form the final product. Okay, and one more important one is, during reduction of aldehyde with hydrazine, alkali and glycol, the first intermediate compound is, aldehyde with hydrazine. Question is, aldehyde with hydrazine, N2H4, hydrazine, in the presence of alkali and glycol. In this reaction, what is the first intermediate formed in this reaction? Okay, aldehyde with hydrazine, alkali, glycol, intermediate compound. Carbonyl compounds on treatment with hydrazine in the presence of alkali and glycol, that reaction belongs to Wolff-Kishner reduction. Okay, this reaction is Wolff-Kishner reduction. It is a Wolff-Kishner reduction. Okay, in this Wolff-Kishner reduction, intermediate is RCH double bond O, aldehyde group, with hydrazine, NH2, hydrazine, removal of water, H2O. It gives RCH double bond NH2. Okay, this is the intermediate compound. It is the intermediate compound. Now this intermediate compound further reacts with alkali and glycol. It is converted into RCH3 and liberation of nitrogen gas. Here hydrocarbon formation and liberation of nitrogen. But in this question, aldehyde with hydrazine in the presence of alkali, glycol, intermediate formation is RCH double bond NH2. Okay, this is the intermediate compound. Yes, then go for next question. Next one, an organic compound X gives a red precipitate on heating with failing solution. Which one of the following reaction yields X as major product? First option is formaldehyde with CH3MgI. CH3MgI and followed by water. Second option is ethyl bromide C2H5Br with silver hydroxide AgOH. Here third option is 2 moles of ethyl bromide, 2 moles of ethyl bromide with silver oxide, dry silver oxide. And fourth one is acetylene with water, acetylene with water in the presence of HgSO4, H2SO4. Okay. Now, among all these reactions, major product formed. That major product is given by positive Fehling's test. Okay, positive Fehling's test. Which of the following compound gives positive Fehling's test in among these four options? Right, formaldehyde with Grignard reagent. Formaldehyde plus Grignard reagent, always it is produced by primary alcohol formation. Okay, primary alcohol, that is ethyl alcohol formation, CH3CH2OH, ethyl alcohol. Ethyl bromide AgOH, here also same ethyl alcohol formation, CH3CH2OH, ethyl alcohol formation. Now 2 moles ethyl bromide dry silver oxide, here diethyl ether formation, diethyl ether plus 2 moles of AgBr. In this case, silver bromide is the byproduct. Acetylene with water in the presence of sulfuric acid, vinyl alcohol formation. This is vinyl alcohol. Okay, vinyl alcohol formation. Now this vinyl alcohol is unstable. It is a unstable compound. Therefore, this vinyl alcohol undergoes tautomerization. Tautomerism takes place. Tautomerism is nothing but shifting of proton from one position to another position. As a result, it gives acetaldehyde, CH3CHO, acetaldehyde. Right, in first option, ethyl alcohol formation. In second option, ethyl alcohol formation. In third option, diethyl ether formation. In fourth option, acetaldehyde formation. Acetylene with water in the presence of HgSO4, H2SO4, vinyl alcohol formation takes place. Vinyl alcohol is unstable, therefore immediately it is undergoes tautomerism. Tautomerism takes place to form acetaldehyde molecule. Acetaldehyde molecule. Now, which one is given by positive Fehling's solution? Okay, positive Fehling's solution is given by aldehydes. Aldehydes gives positive Fehling's test. So therefore, among these four reactions, here fourth reaction, it is given by product, major product is acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is given by positive Fehling's test. Okay, alcohols negative Fehling's test, ethyl alcohol negative, diethyl ether negative, only aldehydes gives positive Fehling's test. Okay, this is most important reaction, acetylene with water in the presence of HgSO4, H2SO4, vinyl alcohol formation like this, C triple bond CH plus water H2O. Okay, H is addition to first carbon and OH group is attached to second carbon, vinyl alcohol formation. Okay, acetylene plus water, vinyl alcohol. Vinyl alcohol finally converted into acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is given by positive Fehling's test. Fourth option, positive Fehling's test is given by acetaldehyde molecule. Aldehydes positive Fehling's test, ketones negative Fehling's test. Right. And another one is Acetaldehyde undergoes reaction in the presence of dilute sodium hydroxide to give acetaldehyde dilute sodium hydroxide. What is the product obtained in this reaction? Your options are given like this: ethyl acetate. First option is ethyl acetate. Second option is butanoic acid. And third option is acetic acid. And fourth option is 3-hydroxybutanol. 3-hydroxybutanol. Okay, these are the four options. Acetaldehyde dilute NaOH. Acetaldehyde, it contains alpha hydrogens. Presence of alpha hydrogens, carbonyl compounds undergoes aldol condensation reaction. Without alpha hydrogens, aldehydes undergoes Kenny-Jarrow reaction. So here acetaldehyde, it contains 3 alpha hydrogens, therefore it is participate in aldol condensation reaction. So therefore here CH3 and CHO acetaldehyde plus CH3 CHO, where alpha hydrogens are present. So in the presence of dilute sodium hydroxide, it is given by CH3 CHOH and CH2 CHO. Okay, this is the aldol formation. Aldol. Okay, now aldol is 1, 2, 3, 4. So aldol IUPAC name is 3-hydroxybutanol. So acetaldehyde molecule undergoes aldol condensation reaction in the presence of sodium hydroxide to form aldol. Aldol is nothing but 3-hydroxybutanol. Okay, so aldol is nothing but aldol is equal to alcohol plus aldehyde. Alcohol plus aldehyde is equals to aldol. Okay, so in this case, ethyl acetate, wrong option; butanoic acid, wrong option; acetic acid, wrong option; 3-hydroxybutanol, this is the correct option. Okay, so what is the name of this reaction? It is belongs to aldol condensation reaction. Okay, it is belongs to aldol condensation reaction. What is aldol condensation reaction? Presence of alpha hydrogens in the presence of dilute base, it gives 3-hydroxybutanol. It is also called as aldol. Beta hydroxybutylaldehyde is known as aldol. So aldol is nothing but alcohol plus aldehyde. Alcohol group and aldehyde group both are present in the molecule. That's why it is called as aldol. Aldol IUPAC name 3-hydroxybutanol. So this is the correct option. Okay, and one more important bit is CH3COO-C2H5. CH3COO-C2H5, ethyl acetate. This ethyl acetate reacts with dibol H. Dibol H and followed by water. Okay, diball H and followed by water. This is A. And second one is lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride and followed by hydrolysis. Here it is B. Now reagent required to convert B to A. B to A conversion, or simply here B to A conversion. B to A conversion. Here reagent required is in this reaction. Ethyl acetate on treatment with diball H followed by hydrolysis. Second one is lithium aluminum hydride and followed by hydrolysis. Here B. Diball H A, lithium aluminum hydride B. So here B to A conversion, what type of reagents are required? Here first reagent is potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 by H plus. Second reagent is PDC, pyridium dichromate in CH2Cl2, and third option is copper at 300 degrees centigrade, and fourth one is both second and third option. Both second and third option. So which one is the correct reagent required for the conversion of B to A? Okay students, now it is ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate means it is a ester. Yes. Ester with diball H. Ester with diball H, formation of CH3COOC2H5. Ester with diball H. Ester with diball H. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride esters are converted into aldehyde. This is A compound, aldehyde, and followed by hydrolysis. Now in second case, ester with lithium aluminum hydride. Ester with lithium aluminum hydride and followed by hydrolysis. It is produced by 2 moles of ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH. This is B. Okay. Now in this case, ethyl alcohol is converted into aldehyde. Now what is the reagents required? Ethyl alcohol is converted into aldehyde in the presence of pyridium dichromate in CH2Cl2, or copper at 300 degrees centigrade. Alcohols are converted into aldehydes. So alcohols converted to aldehydes in the presence of PDC, pyridium dichromate, PDC in CH2Cl2, or copper at 300 degrees centigrade. So alcohols converted to aldehydes. Therefore, here reagent required is fourth option. Second is pyridium dichromate in CH2Cl2, and third is copper at 300 degrees centigrade. So these two reagents are required to convert alcohol to aldehyde molecule. Yes, and one more. Which of the following can undergo neither aldol condensation nor iodoform reaction? Okay, neither aldol condensation nor iodoform reaction. neither aldol condensation, neither aldol condensation and nor iodoform reaction, nor iodoform reaction, neither aldol nor iodoform reaction. First option is acetaldehyde CH3CHO. Second option is CH3CO CH3, and the third option is CH3CO CH2 CH2 CH3, and the fourth option is CH3 here Cl2 Cl2 CHO. Okay, among these four options, which one is the correct option? Neither aldol condensation nor iodoform reaction. Neither aldol nor condensation means they cannot participate in aldol condensation as well as iodoform reaction. Negative aldol condensation, negative iodoform test. Yeah. Now in this case, alpha hydrogens are present. Alpha hydrogen present means aldehyde, aldol condensation possible. CH3CO group is present, iodoform test is also given. So it is not a correct answer. Okay, this molecule is participate in both iodoform reaction as well as aldol condensation. Now in this case, here alpha hydrogens are present, so it is involved in aldol condensation. Methyl ketone is present, iodoform test is also possible. So both aldol condensation and iodoform reaction possible. Positive test. CH3CO, here it is alpha carbon, alpha hydrogens are present. Therefore aldol condensation possible. Methyl ketone is possible. So iodoform is also possible. So remaining is here. With respect to this functional group, here it is alpha carbon. Alpha carbon without alpha hydrogens. Alpha carbon is present but without alpha hydrogens. That's why it is not involved in aldol condensation. Next here CH3CHCl is present. Alpha haloalkane is present, that is iodoform reaction. Okay, positive iodoform test. But here two halogens are present, therefore here iodoform reaction is not possible. Therefore our answer is fourth option. Okay, it does not involved in the iodoform reaction as well as aldol condensation reaction. Okay students, what is the main important requirement for aldol? Alpha hydrogen. Alpha hydrogen is present, aldol condensation possible. Without alpha hydrogen, no aldol condensation. So iodoform reaction, methyl ketones, positive iodoform test. Alpha haloalkanes, positive iodoform test. Alpha hydroxy compounds, possible iodoform test. Alpha amino compounds possible, except carboxylic acids and their derivatives like acid chlorides, esters, amides and cyanides. Okay, these are the negative iodoform reactions. Yes. And one more reaction, diacetone alcohol is obtained. Diacetone alcohol is obtained. Question is diacetone alcohol is obtained diacetone alcohol is obtained when? Diacetone alcohol is obtained when? First option, 2 moles of acetone condense in presence of barium hydroxide. Okay, 2 moles of acetone condense. 2 moles of acetone condense in presence of barium hydroxide. In presence of barium hydroxide. Yes, diacetone alcohol is obtained. 2 moles of acetone condense in presence of alcohol. First option. Second option, 3 moles of acetone. 3 moles of acetone. Third option is 3 moles of acetone in the presence of sulfuric acid. And fourth option is 3 moles of 3 molecules of acetone condense. 3 moles of H2 acetone condense in the presence of H3PO4. Now, which one is the correct answer? Diacetone alcohol is obtained. 2 moles of acetone condense in presence of barium hydroxide. 2 moles of acetone condense in presence of barium hydroxide. It gives diacetone alcohol. Right, and one more question. Right. Next question is number of sigma bonds, pi bonds and lone pairs of electrons present in acetone semicarbazole. Acetone semicarbazole. Acetone semicarbazole. In acetone semicarbazole. In acetone semicarbazole, number of sigma bonds, number of pi bonds and number of lone pairs. In acetone semicarbazole, number of sigma bonds, number of pi bonds and number of lone pairs. Acetone CH3 C double bond O CH3. Acetone or dimethyl ketone or propanol. It is on treatment with semicarbazide. Semicarbazide is NH2 NH CO NH2. This is semicarbazide. Semicarbazide. Now this is acetone molecule. Right. Acetone on treatment with semicarbazide. Removal of water to produce here CH3 carbon, in this case here CH3, next here double bond N and NH, C double bond O NH2. This is called as acetone semicarbazole. Acetone semicarbazole. Acetone semicarbazole. Aldehydes and ketones reacts with semicarbazide to form semicarbazole. This is acetone semicarbazole. In this acetone semicarbazole, number of sigma bonds 1, 2, 3, 4, here 5, 6, 7, 8, here 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 sigma bonds. And the number of pi bonds, here 1 and 2. Only 2 pi bonds are present. Number of lone pairs. Nitrogen possesses 1 pair of electrons. Here this nitrogen is also having 1 pair of electrons. Oxygen, it possesses 2 pair of electrons, and nitrogen 1 pair of electrons. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lone pair of electrons. Okay, so correct answer is sigma bonds 16, pi bonds 2 and a lone pair of electrons are 5. Okay, how to identify acetone on treatment with semicarbazide to form acetone semicarbazole. In this acetone semi-carbazone, sigma bonds are 16, pi bonds are 2 and lone pair of electrons are 5.